So for speech three, the topic that I decided to pick was whether to live in a warm state or to live in a cold state. So after living my whole life in a cold state, I've always wondered what it would be like to live in a warm state and which one would be better to live in. So what are some states included? So to narrow it down, I decided just to do East Coast states. This includes the Northeast and the Southeast. So what is considered a cold and warm state? What I decided to label as a cold state and as a warm state. So a cold state means that during winter, the temperature is 30s or lower. And for a warm state, it is 40s or higher. So in my research, there are common differences between warm states and cold states is temperature, cost of living, environment, difference in geography, and the activities that you're able to do. So some differences in the average temperature in Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and Arkansas. They all have average temperatures at 60 degrees or above for the year. And in states like Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine, they all have temperatures below 50 degrees. So, and then I looked at the winter temperatures, and all the states that I listed with average temperatures above 60 all have average temperatures in the 40s, while the ones that I listed that had average yearly temperatures in the 50s all had winter temperatures that were below the 30s. So another major difference is the climates. So obviously, if you go to a warm state, you're going to have yearly warmth. You're going to have more sunlight. You might have more rain, but in cold states, you're going to have a lot more cloudy days like today. You're obviously going to have, it's going to be colder. The wind is going to feel colder. Your overall climate is going to be colder because it's a cold state. Now also the geography is completely different. In warm states, they are closer to the equator, so obviously they're going to be more southern. And cold states are going to be more northern. And lastly, the biggest differences are cost of living. You would stereotypically think that living in a cold state would be cheaper because you got 4 seasons and less sunlight in summertime. But in reality, the warmer states are cheaper to live in, obviously with the exception of Florida, but Louisiana, Alabama, and Arkansas, states like that, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, are actually cheaper than states such as Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and states like that. Also, their cost of living goes down in warmer states because it's cheaper. Obviously, the overall state is going to be cheaper because you have less grocery stores and stuff like that in warmer states, according to the studies. And population, you have a lower population in warmer states than you have in colder states. Therefore, with all this being said, you should want to live in a warmer state because in a warmer state you have a lower population, you have better overall temperatures, a better environment, you're closer to the ocean, and your health is typically better in a warm state as opposed to a cold state.